Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Good. Now, if you could all take your seat, unless you want more food, you can get more food too. Just be paying attention to what we'll all be saying. We're going to have the coming up here relatively shortly. So, yeah. Think about that. All right. All right. So just to introduce myself again, my name is King Shook. I am the bride's younger brother. I know maybe some of you forgot. I am a bit of a chameleon. I did change colors this time around. Um, yeah. So I just want to thank you all again for coming out, and thank you again to everyone who helped make this beautiful night happen. If you can just give a round of applause to everyone involved. And we're here today to celebrate the genuine, wholesome, creative, and patient love that Kyle and Snigdha have for each other. Now, everyone here has been involved or spectated their love journey together at some stage or some capacity. Though you might not know all of the pieces, unless you studied and read the history on the website, which I implore you to do. There will be a closed notes exam starting up here relatively shortly. We'll be closing the doors, turning off the lights. Take one, pass it down. But in all seriousness, we've all gotten to know Kyle or Snigdha or both of them over time, but we might not know every piece of their story. So today, I'm not here to give you every piece of the story. That would be 5+ years of talking. Instead, I'll give you a brief synopsis of some key moments of their story. So to get this started, it was a dark and stormy night. Somewhere in the world, but not in Portland, Oregon, on July 19th, 2019. According to AccuWeather, it was fairly cloudy. But on July 19th, 2019, at 1:32 a.m., Kyle slid into my sister's DMs. Through the power of a common wingman known as Cupid, or OK Cupid if you prefer knowing the app name that they were using. At this time, 1:32 a.m., mind you, this is a Monday, so I'm not sure if Kyle got the appropriate amount of sleep for work that day. So here at 1:32 a.m., Kyle sent my sister a message, not with one stanza, not with two stanzas, but with a poem with like a lot of stanzas. I stopped counting. It was multiple pages of scrolling. And when Kyle sent it to me, it was not in order, so I was very confused. The message he sent to her, I thought she sent to him. So that was a bit of confusion there, but we got it all sorted in the end, mostly. Both of them, they are both very creative geniuses. In their own crafts, they are excellent, excellent writers. And to the chagrin of any Gen Zers here, these messages time again 1:32 a.m. on a Monday. Now, when Kyle sent a message out to my sister, he described her as a cerulean princess. Now, this is in reference to my sister having a picture, a cerulean empress. Sorry, I was corrected there. Apologies for that. Fake news. Cerulean empress. This is in reference to my sister. She had a Halloween cosplay that was it like an ice whip? Ice queen. A very beautiful picture showed on her profile, and Cerulean Empress was what I say. What Snigdha had to say back to him was that he is cute to boot. I think there's a slight, slight difference there in terms of degree of complimentary language, but the message came across. Now, these sorts of exchanges that they would have, because this was not the time they would send each other long-form literature late at night, when they added each other on Facebook, I learned that they as well. Again, these two are writers. I know for some of you this might sound like a horror story, thinking of like imagining opening up a message from someone you haven't met before and you see a couple books worth of things to get through. But for these two, it was like a ballroom dance, a literary ballroom dance. They were taking turns, and it was very beautiful. It was very wholesome, very cute messages that I loved to read. But also it felt slightly invasive. So I probably won't read it again. Now, after this message was sent, again, 1:32 a.m. on a Monday, 6 days later, they would be having their first date. And they would become official less than 2 weeks later since that first message. Now, these dates involved exploring Portland, walking by the river, checking out Indian cultural festivities, and walking around the Nike campus, and of course, most romantically of all, exchanging homemade food. Now, they love to share love through food, as do many of us. And especially relevant to these two, the first time we heard the word love coming from one of them, it was in reference to one day Snigdha was making some eggs, boiling some eggs. Yep. Any boiled egg fans in the crowd here? Any Sunnysiders, Team Sunnyside? All right. Well, we're talking about boiled eggs here, and we're also talking about these two. I go on tangents sometimes. I'm sorry. Um, at this time, Snigdha asked Kyle if the eggs looked done. And Kyle responded, quote, well, actually, this is not an official quote. I don't know. But paraphrasing, he said, well, I'm used to them appearing more rubbery. It was at this time my sister would then explain the concept of eggshells. At this time, she had to explain peeling the eggshell for the boiled egg to get that rubbery egg that Kyle was looking for. It was at this moment she knew that she loved him, and she let it slip. In an exasperated sigh, she said, I love you, followed by anger towards herself, because the night prior to that, she told Kyle explicitly, hey, let's not rush into saying I love you. And that love that started at 1:32 a.m., that started with a boiled egg, would continue to blossom for years and years to come. They faced a pandemic together. They escaped wildfires together. They also had boba together sometimes. Very, very tough challenges that they've overcome. Now, I wanted to share all of these factoids to just contextualize some of their story and just show just how perfect they are for each other. And I'm sure some of you hearing this now are probably thinking, yeah, that checks out. Whether you know Kyle, whether you know Snigdha, whether you know them both, it checks out. And now, we want to hear more what else checks out. What are the other perspectives that we have on their love journey? So, also to set up sort of the first toast, we'll be handing it over to Jim and Kalina, Kyle's parents.
Yes, there we go. First of all, how the hell do you follow that? I guess we need to start off with Kyle is slightly younger, like 5, when my younger brother dropped him on his head, literally over his head, and dropped him on his head. Didn't hurt him too much, though. He bounced. Another time, my younger brother was watching him babysitting around Christmas. We went to a Christmas party, and he was watching him. So he wakes Mike up, who fell asleep on the couch, saying, look at my new toy. And Mike's like, where did you get that? And he looks over at the Christmas tree, and every gift underneath the Christmas tree was open. Also about 5 or 6 years old, I wake up on a Sunday morning to the sound of water running in the bathtub. So I open up the door and look, and there's these little black footprints from the kitchen into the bathroom.
Up onto the toilet.
Well, I got there. I open up the door, and Kyle's washing his feet in the sink. And he's like, it's about 5. And so I follow the footprints back through the living room into the kitchen, and there is one of those Costco-sized chocolate quick mix, right? Dumped on the floor, a glass, and a gallon of milk dumped on the floor with just about this much chocolate milk in the in the glass, and chocolate paste everywhere, where he had mixed it with his feet and decided to stroll back and to hide the evidence by washing his feet in the sink. So this is, Kyle wasn't always the perfect child. So yada yada. Fast forward to 2019, and I am doing dog training at the library. Unbeknownst to me, Kyle and Snigdha were having their second date in the library. So I was all around training with dogs. You didn't know that? No. Incidentally, that would be the closest I get to Snigdha for 3 years. When during the pandemic, she came back from Rochester after all the fire smoke, and her car wouldn't start. So Kyle calls me, says, "Can you come rescue her?" So because of the pandemic, Kyle stayed in the apartment. She comes down in a mask, and I give her a new battery for her car. But that was the first time I got to meet her, and it was very short. We didn't. Did we hug? I don't think we've hugged or nothing. We just talked a little bit, and I got to know her a little bit. So I go home and tell my wife, who immediately gives me the third degree. "What is she like?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I met her for like 15 minutes. We didn't talk that much." And then after that, it was probably another year, right, before we get to see you. And I don't even remember. And actually meet you. So, and since then, we see her all the time. It's great. They actually come out to our place, which is very nice of them, and almost work on the property. They try. So, and then we get to here. And I will say that Snigdha has brought Kyle out of his shell so much. And we're really appreciative of that. You guys are good for each other. So. Aww. And now we're here. The important one. This one's giving us grandkids.
All right, thank you very much for that. All right, so coming up next, we've got Krishita, both mine and Snigdha's younger sister. So please welcome Krishita to, I guess this isn't a stage, but to the front.
Hello? Okay. All right. I need to preface this with a very important disclaimer. If you see like water or like a weird liquid like coming out of my eyes, like don't worry about it. It's not happening. Like the room is super hot, so I'm just like sweating a little bit. So we're just gonna ignore that. Anyways, Didi. I can't stress enough how big of a role model that my sister has been for me my entire life that I've been on this planet. I've basically decided to steal, and then she got a super cool job at Nike, and I went on a tour with her a little bit ago, and it was really cool, and now I want to do the exact same thing as her. So, carbon copy. You have given me so much valuable life all of these years, no matter what, and for situation at all, whether it be like, college or school or like lived my entire life with you, sharing so many hobbies that you have introduced me to, so many interests, embracing girlhood together, and you have just made me feel so comfortable in my own skin, and I love you so much. My thought process is basically that if I could live life like my sister, my life would be a very good one. And that life would not have been perfect without Kyle. I think I'd say I know my sister really well, right? She's this super extroverted, adventurous person, and I'm sure if you guys know Snigdha, you know that as well. And she definitely needs like a more tranquil and calm like counterpart, which I am so happy to say that she has found in Kyle. I remember we were FaceTiming like a year, two, three, some time ago. I don't really remember. But she was told me that Kyle had shown her how to relax, like for real. You know, my sister's a bit of a workaholic, and she has finally had the chance to like calm down, get cozy. And I didn't think much of it at the time. I was like, oh, that's pretty neat, you know? But it didn't really hit me until I went to Oregon. This is the same trip where I learned out how to use a dishwasher, by the way. But I went to Oregon in July during a really hard time for our family. And I think that was what I needed, what maybe you guys needed too, I hope. And you know, when going into this trip, like my brother had taken a similar one a few years ago, and he went on a lot of like sightseeing. He saw so many super cool places in Oregon. You know, he didn't just stay at my sister's place. He went all the way to the West Coast, you know, the ocean, I think, right? So lots of adventuring. And I was like, okay, I have to like lock in. I have to be ready to like walk 500 miles, wake up at like 5 a.m. for like 500 trips and do all of this stuff. Cause like that's also what I'm just used to as like a family that travels a lot. We treat it like a job. It's not really a vacation, you know? It's just sightseeing after sightseeing, you know, and then my feet just hurt really bad. And my feet hurt right now, actually. I thought you guys should know. Uh, Anyways, but this Oregon trip, oh, this was a vacation. This is an actual vacation. I could not be happier, you know. I slept in, I ate good food, I played games, I ate more good food. Like I can't tell you, Indian pizza. What? That was so good. Boba? What? That was so good. And also, cutest dog ever, Alu. If you guys didn't see it on the cookie that I drew, actually, super cool. I drew the cookie. I didn't make the cookie. I didn't bake. I drew the picture and he printed it out. But yeah. Anyways, I don't think we would have had a vacation were it not for Kyle, you know? Cause like, you know, we play games. I said we play games, right? Okay. I wake up at like 11. We go downstairs, you know, if my sister was working from home or whatever. And then we play Baldur's Gate 3. Thank you so much for showing me that game. Holy, oh my lord. I'd say it's on par with my Spider-Man obsession. If you guys didn't know, Spider-Man is like my entire personality. So that says a lot, you know, backpacks, uh, merch, clothing, Funko Pops, like 50 of them, socks, everything. But yeah, that was literally like a top 5 vacation ever. It was so nice. And basically, what I'm trying to say is that Kyle, you are the exact match that my sister needed, and you both complement each other so well and balance each other amazingly. Your patience is beyond admirable. Your humor is invigorating, and I know it's a cliche line, but I really hope that the two of you enjoy growing old together as much as I have enjoyed growing up with you. I'm sweating from my eyes.
All right.
Well, thank you very much.
Hello? Okay, now it's working.
Yay!
All right, just excuse me. I gotta move some tabs around here. All right, so coming up next is me. This is my actual toast. It might just be an addendum to what I was talking about before. I apologize for my rambling. I also did have a drink before this. Um, but this is to my older sister, my Didi. Now, it is the year 2001. I believe. I'm not entirely sure. But we had a old home video of my sister. She was about 6 or 7, and she was swinging on a swing. And to the person recording the video, she was sharing something she learned at school. She would repeat, and again, she is a writer, so this must have been like discovering something great. I don't know, about something really good when she learned about quote, who, what, when, where, why. These are the questions. Now, she would continue repeating this statement in a very joyous tone for the remainder of most of the video. But she was saying the questions, she never said the answers. Now, fast forward to the current year, 2024. I'm not entirely sure what the answers are still. We haven't gotten the answers from her, but I will give my interpretation of the answers: who, what, when, where, why, to describe my sister. Originally, I was going to do it like who, and then say something, and then what, and then say something. But as I was writing my notes out, I realized it's probably just going to be one big statement instead. So this statement will kind of answer a little bit of those questions here. So Snigdha Roy, a creative, ambitious, outgoing, eccentric, hopeful, and kind person. She's also a proper older sibling, which means that growing up, she did terrorize me a bit. She has her twin tickle swords. They're currently kept in the scabbard right now. But back in the day, she would take her twin tickle swords and terrorize me. Let's not talk about that. But most of all, when I think of my sister, I think of, and excuse my French here, badass. She is a badass leader. She is a badass advocate and just a badass person as a whole. She has pushed for me, not just for me, but for many other people around her entire life to be better people. Growing up, I was in her shadow most of the time, which I like to be. I wanted to be in her shadow. I followed her around everywhere, and she would push me. Now, I'm a very shy, introverted person, which might not jive with how I'm speaking right now. But yeah, I usually don't really talk to people, and I like reading books. Well, I used to like reading books. Now I play video games, and I used to play video games, and I will continue playing video games with their children. But she would always push me. I would be behind her, kind of like hiding like a little puppy dog, and she would push me to say hello to people. Now, this would be at Bengali parties. This would be at parties with our high school friends. This would be at conventions. Each time, I would think, no. I just want to read my Magic Tree House. But she would push me, and she would essentially develop who I am. Most of my sorry, I'm going through puberty right now. Most of my interests, most of my character of who I am now is thanks to her, whether she actively did it or unactively. I would listen to things that she would listen to, watch things that she would watch, and that might not have always been the best idea when I was singing emo songs at 7 years old when she was listening to emo music. I remember she scolded me one time to not sing that. I had no idea what I was singing, but, you know, Breaking Benjamin, that was pretty good. And for all that she's kind of inspired me to be, I've done the same. I try to do the same to my little sister. I try to do the same to other people that I meet. The same sort of infectious way that she will just light up the room. She will share her interests. She will just inject joy to everyone, whether they want it or not. 50 cc's, there you go. And I know my sister's natural ability to continue just going out there, being outgoing, being a leader. That will continue to happen to everyone that she works with, everyone that she cares for, everyone that she helps grow, whether it's family, friends, colleagues, children, and husband. As soon as I met Kyle across the hotel parking lot, socially distant, with a mask on, I thought to myself, I don't really know this guy. But I did hear a lot of good things about him. And on that first interaction, I could just really feel that energy that's a counterpart to my sister's. That calming, that nurturing, that kind, gentle, passionate, but also creative. I would hear all these tales about the mods that he would make, to games, to maps. I would just hear these things. I'd be like, wow, that must be a lot of work. And you got to be driven to do all that work out of pure passion and pure creative thought. And that is my sister as well. They are two, as I brought up before, they are like a creative ballroom dancers. Their creativity invigorates each other. And that is a beautiful thing to see, not just as a couple, but as a future family. And the more I got to know Kyle as well, and as my sister brought up, I was the first guest they had overnight. So I kind of did that before it was cool. Just saying. But the first time I was there, I just got to know more and more about him. And he just became a brother over time. Whether it was laughing over very strange board games, very strange. Watching some horror movies that may not have had a full budget. Eating home cooked nachos, having delivered Indian pizza. And I'm saying that to any people who work in the food industry here, maybe get that on the menu. But the more time I spent with him, the more I could tell not just that he was my brother, but that these two really are just a puzzle, two puzzle pieces that fit together. Although a two-piece puzzle is not that interesting. But I digress. It is still just kind of imagine two pieces of a heart. There we go. That's more beautiful, maybe. But all in all, I just want to say that from both of you, I have learned and I will continue to learn. And from both of you, just seeing the both of you, the world needs more people like you. People who are genuine, creative, compassionate, just real, other adjectives, just wonderful, wonderful, loving people that I will love as long as I know them. And all I ask is that you extend that also for your children, because you'll do that with your kids, and then when they come to my house, we'll be playing games, eating pizza, and then you can do the hard parts. Yeah. But thank you all, and congratulations. I love you all so much. All right. Thank you, me. Okay, coming up next, we've got a pretty famous guy. Uh, he is my dad, Kanai.
Thank you, Kingshuk. All right.
Oh my.
Oh my. Okay. Dear Snigdha, Neetu, Christina, Christy, Pumpkin, Bouncy Ball, and Kyle. Congratulations on your wedding. Today is the happiest day of your life together. And may the happy days continue through your whole life together. I must say that there are multiple driving forces for this day to happen. Unfortunately, we lost a couple of them. So room is hot, as my younger brother said. And actually, we are a kind of a crier family. So I, I cry when I laugh. I cry when I cry. And I cry when it is hot. So earlier this year, we lost two of the driving forces. One is my mother, and the other one is my mother-in-law. So whenever Snigdha used to call, they will be keep asking, when are you getting married? When we give a dadu bhai? Dadu bhai means is like a grandson-in-law, right? And even though she had Kyle for a while, in our culture, we don't actually, much reveal all of this. So we keep this little bit of secret. But so she didn't have exact answer when she'll get married. But it's like, yeah, it's coming soon, it's coming soon, it's coming soon. That day came today. So I'm sure they are watching somewhere today and they are sending the blessings from heaven. And my mother would have been told, good girl, good girl, good girl. Okay, so there are multiple other driving forces definitely beside it's two of you that are getting into that path to meet this day. My father-in-law, so he will do the same thing with my mother-in-law. Okay, when we have a new daduvai. So he didn't make it here, but it's all the blessings from him as well. Then the other big driving force and implementer, that's my wife. So she had been doing the same thing because she gets the pressure from the parents too. So one day we heard that we actually, we talked with them quite a few times. And then they're hearing that they are ready to make a proposal. Since that day, my wife starting preparing for this day. So you have probably seen yesterday in our house, all those little flowers, big flowers, it's all made by her. She probably made, I don't know, 5,000, 7,000 flowers, and all those decorations that she did. And it's a big thing. It's a big thing. Yeah, I just really, as I said, implement her, right? She's our spreadsheet. You know, Kyle was showing me the spreadsheet. Look how many things. You know, they hired the coordinators, and they said, "Oh, we cannot handle it. We cannot. We have to have the coordinator." And we are saying, "Really? We probably can." But then when he when he showed us the spreadsheet, it was like, "Oh my goodness, really?" So, and I was telling Kyle, she probably had 3 times more than listed in the spreadsheet in the head. So she's our spreadsheet, and thank you, spreadsheet. In the earlier in the morning today. So sorry, I even like scratched out something that I don't understand what I did, what I wrote here. Okay. Oh, so the other thing I forgot to mention. So the proposal started, and then she started doing this, but the preparation, even without knowing Kyle, whenever we go to trip, and then she will, let's buy something, either a jewelry or something that they will come, and then we'll utilize that. So it was a long process. Okay, but so today is not the day for us, but it's the day for both of you, Kyle and Snigdha, right? So I just wanted to say, I can say so many things about Snigdha, definitely, right? But initially they told me, oh, I have 3 minutes. And now that I watched my son talking, my daughter talking, it's like, what? I got a 3 minutes? And then she said, no, you can take long, you can take long. So, okay. So it was great to see, you know, how Snigdha grown into a person today, right? As the other kids say, she's a very kind person. Uh, we are really proud to see her growing into a great person. She's really very kind and professional. She's an engineer. She's a writer. Kyle, you got the best, one of the parts of our best parts of our family. So, um, we really met Kyle only a few times. But within these few times, we learned so many things about Kyle. And we know Kyle is the best, most reliable person for Snigdha. So today I just wanted to say, you take care of each other, right? And everybody has their own definition of happiness. And from us, we just would like to say that key to the happiness of your life is be respectful to each other, trust each other, don't complain, compromise, and no matter what happens and whatever the issue is, help each other to resolve it. That's the key thing. And we wish you joy, love, and happiness forever. And may your marriage blessed with love and happiness. Wish you all the best. And congratulations again.
Oh,
And now, as I no, I was mentioning that we have well wishers in Bangladesh, in India. So I'd like to request play a couple of videos that got wishes from India and Bangladesh. Mari?
দিদি সোনা তুমি বরকে নিয়ে সুখে থাকো এবং ভালো থাকো সবাইকে আশীর্বাদ করি আর যেন ভগবান তোমাদের মুক্ত
মামনি মামনি তোমাদের আজকে একটা স্পেশাল দিন এই দিনে তোমাদের অনেক অনেক আশীর্বাদ করি তোমরা দুজন অনেক ভালো থাকো অনেক সুখে থাকো তোমাদের ম্যারেড লাইফ অনেক সুন্দর হোক এই আশীর্বাদ করি
অনেক অনেক আশীর্বাদ মামনি ভালো থাকো সুস্থ থাকো এবং জামাইকে নিয়ে তাড়াতাড়ি ইন্ডিয়ায় বেড়াতে আসো
বাই
মামনি তোমরা আমাদের অনেক অনেক ভালোবাসা নিও আশীর্বাদ নিও
ঈশ্বরের কাছে প্রার্থনা করছি তোমাদের আগামী দিনের জীবন আরো অনেক সুন্দর হয়ে উঠুক
So that was our my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, right? And then the previous one was
Congratulations, Didi. May your love story be as magical as K-drama. Lots of love and kisses, Mama. তোমাদের দুইজনকে অনেক অনেক ভালোবাসা এবং আদর তোমরা সবাই তাড়াতাড়ি আমার সঙ্গে দেখা করতে আসো ইন্ডিয়াতে অনেক ওয়েট করছি তোমাদের জন্য লাভ ইউ বাই
and that was one of our niece. With that, thanks everyone, and I'm passing to you.
That's okay. I didn't need it anyway. All right. I want to thank everyone, first of all. Many of you have traveled a long way to get here, and I'm very happy that you did. Thank you for coming to join me in this special moment. I have a lot of people to thank. I'm going to first start off with Gobi and Shuklamashi. Here you can see they're my other mom and other dad. Because my family is so far away from everyone else in Bangladesh and India. These are the people who are my here. They were the ones who, alongside my father and mother, raised me, taught me dances, talked politics with me, and taught me how to be good human beings. Also, my brother and sister, I am so touched by everything that you have said and so honored to be your big sister. I am so wowed. Everyone in this family excels at something, and both of you are just wow at everything that you do too. I am inspired by you. To Kalina and Jim and Kay, I never imagined being welcomed so enthusiastically into another family. And through meeting the two of you and Grandma, I have come to understand where Kyle gets his chill. It is always a sanctuary going to their home in Vernonia, this beautiful house in the mountains with the fogs rolling in. It's a vacation there every time you go and you never want to leave. And it's wonderful that anytime we go to your house, it's hard to leave. Just like with my family, talking is easy and we just don't stop. And I look forward to that being the case forever. thank you also to everybody who has helped put this wedding together. And now I turn to you. Kyle. All right, I think we've heard enough about me, so now I have to tell you about Kyle, okay? Kingshuk already told you about the messages he sent me on OkCupid, but the first message he sent me on Facebook Messenger was 4 pages long. Single space, Times New Roman 12, I checked. First thing I did when I saw it, I was like, oh my God. We had a lot to talk about, and when I look back at those messages now, I am intimidated because we were very, very serious about this business of getting to know each other. And making sure we checked off all the boxes and figured each other out. But Kyle is my rock and my foundation now. And that is really huge for me. Not just that, I had mentioned in my vows that he teaches me by example how to be a better person. And some of those things are, for example, when I have had extremely difficult times in my life, I didn't understand until Kyle showed me what it means to support a partner. And it is only after I had gone through something big and hard that I learned from him how I should be in supporting him and in supporting others. I think there's a lot of people here who know I can, as much as I can be supportive for my brother and sister, I can be hard too. And it was Kyle who showed me how to be kind and compassionate in those things. Kyle has been a person who, when I have had a big rift in a major writing friend group, sat down with me at 3 a.m. to look at the messages I am wanting to send because I am so paralyzed at how to word things, even if it's not important how to word things. The fact that he could see how I was paralyzed and he would sit down with me at that time and figure out how to make me cozy in that December. Kyle has taught me how to love December with the Christmas music of his family. The whole month is Christmas music at home now. I think there's 500 other things I want to say, but now I'm blanking. And I will keep going otherwise. I do want to turn now, though, to one more group of people, my parents. There is, I think everybody would be blessed if they could say it as well, but I feel like there's no one in the world who has done more for their children than my parents. And I will never be able to thank them enough. So I thank you for your blessings in this marriage. And I thank you for the ardent blessings. Clearly, you've seen what they've done with the decorations and how they've prepared everything and pushed us into. I am so excited to continue my life with Kyle. And I think I will have to hand it over to Kyle now.
So I meant to write down what I had typed, but instead I emailed it to myself, so forgive me, I'm looking at my phone. Pretty much anyone here who knows me knows I'm an introvert. And I cry a lot, so I'm gonna try to keep this one really, really simple. Everyone was very wordy. This is gonna be quick. This is just a thank you to so many people here. First to Mom. You raised me. I'm gonna cry. You raised me. You fostered in me a love of awful horror movies. You kept pushing me, even when I didn't have a direction. You gave me the ability to eat spicy food. You sacrificed that when I was in your womb. Gave it to me. I am forever thankful. It may or may not have come in handy here. Dad, I've given you a hard time over the many years, but you've been an amazing dad. You raised me to research things a lot. And we don't always agree on things, but you know, you really, really are the person who has pushed me to look at many different takes on different situations. Grandma's, she went to the hotel. She's not feeling too good right now. But every single garage sale and Reese's cup that she took me to, every time she took me to Fred Meyer's when I was a little kid. Oh, for better and for worse. My belly is full. Trish, Robin, Sabrina couldn't be here. You were all my other moms growing up. You set up the camping trips. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't have such an amazing friend group. And you guys always told me when I was being a little shit too. So Rob, Jeff, Kurt couldn't be here. You guys got me really into video games and board games. Also better and worse, but you know, that led me to so many creative hobbies. And it's led me to a lot of other friendships. Like I have Ben and Perry over there. They have a great taste in anime and board games. Peter and Lauren. Yeah. This is the first time I've actually met Peter in person, but he has excellent memes. What I'm trying to say is you guys made me a huge nerd, and I am grateful for it. Savannah and Jake, you're my brother and sister and brother. Man, so many good memories. I need to be a better friend and hang out with y'all more. And thank you for hanging in there, even though I don't reach out much. Ma, Pa, I can call you that now, in front of everyone. Thank you so much. You welcomed me into my family the first time I came. I always felt so welcome there. And then when my parents first got to meet you, they felt so welcome. When we got back home, my mom said, I love Snigdha's parents. I think they're very excited to have a new brother and sister in you. And you work so hard on so many things. I hope that when I am your age, I have half the stamina that you have. I don't know how you do it. And I look up to you both. Snigdha. In 2020, when COVID hit, I got hit with it. It was the worst for me. I lost my sense of taste. Reese's Cups, as I've mentioned before, tasted like I was chewing on metal. It was terrifying. Snigdha took care of me throughout that whole period of time. You've pushed me to not stay home all the time. You've pushed me to drive. I didn't have a driver's license when I first started dating her. She did not like that. And you know, it took a while, but eventually I did get that driver's license. Also, something King Shook didn't mention, the first week we started dating, I baked her 3 loaves of garlic bread at different points in time. She did not see that as a red flag. I am forever grateful that you enjoy my cooking, that you do not think garlic bread, there is too much garlic bread, because I love garlic bread. I hope you all enjoyed the breadsticks here. They were surprisingly garlicky. And to everyone here, people I know, people I don't know, people that I know but I have talked to like a few times in a year or less, thank you for coming and like being a part of this. And also everyone who has helped out here. We have ambient entertainment for DJs, Travis Monroe Film and Photography. They're doing the videography, and I think they have, if I did my research correctly, Abby, Paul, Boole. I noticed. They've been fantastic. Shelly and Mari with Lunasol events. Just, there's a lot of other groups, but I'm gonna sit down now.
Golf course reception. Thank you so much, everybody.
I didn't know I'm the transitioner to the next thing. Let me just open up the schedule. I'm sorry. Please enjoy this elevator music while we wait. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Okay, coming up next is Snigdha and Kyle bathroom break. Unfortunately, that is not a group activity. Okay. Coming up next is First Dance. Let's give it up to the First Dance. Oh, and a toast. Whether it's a drink or a slice of bread, get what you have. To a wonderful marriage.
कब मैंने ये सोचा था, कब मैंने ये जाना था, तुम कितने बदल जाओगे, तुम कितना मुझे चाहोगे, तुम इतना प्यार करोगे, तुम यूं इकरार करोगे। मेरे महबूब मेरे सनम, शुक्रिया मेहरबानी करम। मेरे महबूब मेरे सनम, शुक्रिया मेहरबानी करम। कहाँ लिखा तुझे कितना मिटाया पर क्यों किया ऐसा तूने समझ न आया कहाँ कहाँ लिखा तुझे कितना मिटाया पर क्यों किया
I don't know how to do it. Wait, I'm set. I saw yeah. You know about the light? What's that? That guy, you know about the light? Typically, they leave the lights on for us. They turn them off after. Okay. Down. Yeah. Oh, then over the year, I mean, one light, I typically have just like I think so, yeah. It's pretty traditional one. Oh, he's resetting the clock. Yeah, he just at the end of the he had to reset.
Friends and family, if you would please turn your attention towards the dance floor. It is time for Kyle and Snigdha's first dance.
Zooby dooby bum para, zooby dooby bum bum. Zooby dooby nache, you pagas chudin.
शखों पे पत्ते गा रहे हैं, फूलों पे भगवे गा रहे,
दीवानी किरने गा रहे हैं, ये पंछी गा रहे हैं।
बगिया में दो फूलों की हो रही है गुफ्तगू, जहाँ फिल्मों में होता है वो वहाँ
Zooby dooby bum para, zooby dooby bum bum.
Zooby dooby nache, you pagas chudin.
Zooby dooby bum para, zooby dooby bum bum. Zooby dooby nache, you pagas chudin. Zooby
Let's hear it for Kyle and Snigdha. Folks, for this next dance, I need all married couples to the dance floor. All married long-term couples to the dance floor. This dance is the anniversary dance. The way this works is if I say a number and you have been together less than that amount of time, you have to step off the dance floor. One last time, if I say a number, if you've been together less than that amount of time, please step off the dance floor.
And when the rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me swing. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, holding me close, swaying me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me.
If you've been married less than one day, less than 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years,
Other dancers may be on the floor, dear and miles will only see you. Only you have the magic technique.
20 years. 25 years.
Like a flower bending in the breeze, stand with me, stay with me.
30 years.
When the river starts again, dance with me and make me stay.
35 years.
There's an ocean across the shore. Hold me close.
40 years. Folks, I hope you're ready to have a lot of fun tonight. This next song coming as a special request from Kyle and Snigdha.
What's that more than 45?
45?
Yeah, more than that. Go back.
What?
Yeah, 45 years.
45 years and how long? 50.
So folks, it was 50 years. 50 years. Let's hear it for him, everybody. And now for Kyle and Snigdha's special request.
ਨੀਵੀਆਂ ਤੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਚੀਰ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਪੱਲੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁਖੜਾ ਲੁਕਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਨੀਵੀਆਂ ਤੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਚੀਰ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਪੱਲੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁਖੜਾ ਲੁਕਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਐਵੇਂ ਕਰੀ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹੀ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੋਈ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹੀ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੋਈ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹੀ तेरा भी कसूर जन शिल नैन हो गए सिख की अदा में शिर भी नैन हो गए तेरा भी कसूर जन शिल नैन हो गए सिख की अदा में शिर भी नैन हो गए साहब के रखनी है डोबरी पटाई साहब के रखनी है डोबरी पटाई मुड़ मुड़ के नहीं आनी है बहार मुंडिया तो बच के रही नी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुंडियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही नी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुंडियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही करती जवानी तेरा रूप डट मारदा पतला जलक न हुणा भी सहारदा करती जवानी तेरा रूप डट मारदा पतला जलक न हुणा भी सहारदा ओला गोरा रंगी तो मेरी गांधी तो ओला गोरा रंगी तो मेरी गांधी तो नहीं तेरे जैसी सोनी कोई यार मुंडिया तो बच के रही नी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुंडियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही नी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुंडियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही मुंडिया तो गुलाब ते तेरियां कहानियां चन्नी तक नदियां गलियां बिछानियां चोपड़ा तो गुलाब ते तेरियां कहानियां चन्नी तक नदियां गलियां बिछानियां जुआ तो होया तेरे रूप दा दीवाना जुआ तो होया तेरे रूप दा दीवाना चल सकिया ना हुस्न दा मुंडिया तो बच के रही नी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुंडियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही नी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुंडियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही
Girl, you want me to tie your man too hard. So I you know who I am, I'm too hard. Got my band back, that money, break it down. Girl, send you hallelujah. Girl, send you hallelujah. Girl, send you hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. 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 Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Keep us on it, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. I'll pass it, jump on it, jump on it. Unga, 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 unga. Well, I'm big ready. I am the chief. I got my breath, but I'll be free. I never knew else. I like the chief, so I drive up in my new Seville. My tribe went down in the Hall of Fame, 'cause I'm the one who shot Jesse dead. Pop for pop, I will never break down. No, sir, I don't mess around. Oh, oh. Tato, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Keep us on it, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it, on it, on it. It's my favorite thing. I can't wait till I see you again. I wanna put on my boogie shoes with you. I wanna put on my boogie shoes with you. I wanna do until the sun comes up. Oh yeah. I wanna do until I can't get enough. Yeah. I wanna put on my boogie shoes with you. I wanna put on my boogie shoes with you.
Just slow things down a little bit here. This one going out for Jim.
I got my toes in the water, in the sand, not a worry in the world, a cold beer in my hand. Life is good today. Life is good today. Well, a plane touched down just about 3 o'clock in the city, still on my mind. The peanuts and palm trees danced in my head, I was still thinking back every time. Concrete cars and their home prison bars, like this life I'm living in. But the plane brought me farther, I'm surrounded by water, and I'm not going back again. I got my toes in the water, in the sand, not a worry in the world. It could be in my head. Life is good today. Life is good today. Adios and my condios. Yeah, I'm leaving GA. And if it weren't for tequila, pretty senoritas, I'd have no reason to stay. Adios and my condios. Yeah, I'm leaving GA. Gonna lay in the hot sun and roll a big fat one and grab my guitar and play. The 4 days go by like a drunk Friday night as the summer through to an end. They can't believe that I just couldn't leave, and I better do my friends. It's my bartender, she's from the islands. Her body's been kissed by the sun. Coconut replaces the smell of the bar, and I don't know if it's her or wrong. I got my toes in the water, in the sand, not a worry in the world. A cold beer in my hand. Life is good today. Life is good today. Adios and bye, condios. A long way from GA. Yes, and all of them touches, they call me Big Papa. When I throw pesos their way. Adios and bye, condios. A long way from GA. Someone do me a favor and pour me some Jaeger, and I'll grab my guitar and play. Adios and bye, condios. Going home now, stay. The senoritas don't care when there's no dinero. I got no money to stay. Adios and bye, condios. Going home now, stay. Just gonna probably by the lake. Put my feet in the lawn chair, toes in the clay. Not a worry in the world, a PBR on the way. Life is good today. Life is good today.
The world is gonna know me. I am the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Back to the rules and I hit the ground running. And it makes sense, time to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with thinking the back street? You never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't grow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. Only shooting stars break the bubble. It's a cool place, and this here gets colder. You're bundled up now, wait till you get older. But the medium man back to differ. Judging by the hole in the satellite picture, the ice we skate is getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so you might as well swim. The world's on fire, how about yours? That's the way I like it, and I'll never get bored. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. Only shooting stars break the bubble. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that matters is gold. Only shooting stars. Somebody wants to put us there. Some change for gas. I need to get myself away from this place. I said, yeah, what a concept. I could use a little fuel myself, and we could all use a little change. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Back to the rules, now hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see, so much more with staying in the back streets. You never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't go. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. And all that glitters gold. Only shooting stars break the mold.
This is a special request coming out for Kyle.
I do my best to find some kind of glow. I'll give it some heart and soul now. And from the darkest grace, the sunburst clouds break. Yeah, we see that fire from the streets of Babylon to the road that we've been on now. The kaleidoscope plays another. This is nothing cold. Today feels like more. When darkness grows, the sunburst clouds break. This is nothing we share. And just when I could run, my worst. And yet you see some hope in me. The black and white set us free like the queen to the rush. Your decision was the sharp thing, honey, got the sharp thing. The one that I feel like I'm missing your head alone. But no matter what daylight brings to us, we meet on the road. This is life in This is life in color. Today feels like no other. The darkest grays, the sunburst cloud gray. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. This is life in motion. And just when I could run this race anymore, the sunburst cloud gray. This is life in color. Can't think of you, caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing now. Flashback, whole nights almost lifted. Suitcase of memories. Time after sometimes you picture me. I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me. I can't hear what you say. You say I'm falling. Second hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look and you will find it. Time after time. If you fall out the cash, I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find it. Time after time. If you fall out the cash, I will be waiting. Time after time. After my picture fights and darkness has turned to gray, watching through windows, you're wondering if I'm okay. Secrets stolen from deep inside. And the drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall out the cash, I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. You said go slow, but Five, six, seven, eight. I could be the one who you knew what addiction is. But I'm not fiction. I don't want the world, but I'll take this city. Can blame the girl, I'm not pretty. Baby, you like to speak. Dance with me. It's like 199 degrees. When you're doing it with me, do it with me. Get your TTOGOs. Touch your toes. Put your hands up on your own. Dance it on your hot to go. Get your TTOGOs. Touch your toes. Put your hands up on your own. Get your TTOGOs. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. You can take me hard to go. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. You can take me hard to go. I'm not serious. I try not to care, but it hurts my feelings. You don't understand. Come here, get with it. No one sends me there, and I damn well need it. Baby, don't you like to be? I'm made it so you sleep with me. It's like 199 degrees. When you're doing it with me, do it with me. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Touch your toes. Put your hands up on your own. Dance it on your hot to go. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Stop it, grab it, touch your toes. Put your hands up on your own. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. You can take me hard to go. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. You can take me hard to go. What's it take to get your number? What's it take to bring you home? Hurry up, it's time to stop by. Hurry up, I'm hard to get home. What's it take to get your number? Hurry up, it's getting cold. Hurry up, it's time to stop by. Hurry up, I'm hard to get home. Take me hard to